Moon in Libra to all of my Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements out there in the world. If you're watching this video right now, whether you're watching it live or you're watching the replay, then just know that this message found you, okay? And so hopefully, whatever I share with you this evening resonates with you all this evening, okay? Whether you are a Libra watching with those placements that I just mentioned, or if you are a cross watcher, okay, who may be, who know a Libra or be in a relationship with a Libra, okay? So again, like I said, happy full moon in Libra. I thought this was going to be the best day to do a Libra general reading for you guys. So instead of doing a love reading like I did in my last Libra reading, I'm going to do a general reading today. And so, it could lead to a love reading. We're just kind of going to let the energy flow the way it wants to. But we're going to look at all aspects of your life, Libra, okay? As we move into this reading. Now, keep in mind that this is a general reading. What that means is there are tons of you, millions of you Libras out there in the world who have placements either as a sun sign, rising sign, moon sign, or even a Venus placement, okay? So not every reading is going to be exact, right? And since we're all on different timelines, it is up to you to let me know where you fall in that timeline, okay? And where this reading resonates with you, okay? If you are watching the replay, make sure to put replay in the comments section. Also, if you are a Libra with any of these placements, put that Libra sign in the comments below as well, so I know that you have been here. And let me know where you are chiming in from, okay? What part of the world you are chiming in from. Now, before we get started, it's been a couple of days since I've been live here on YouTube. I had to take a couple of days off to rest, but I'm back in full effect, so I'm ready to go, okay? So again, if you're watching this live, we are going to be talking about the Libras today, okay? Sun, moon, and rising, okay? So before we do that, I do want to take a moment just to, give honor to the Most High God for allowing me to be here and be present in this moment with all of my Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising and Venus placements out there in the world. And I just ask the Most High God to allow me to deliver whatever message you would like for me to deliver to my fellow Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising placements, okay? Venus placements as well, okay? Ashe. So let's go ahead and move right into it. Like I said, if you are a cross watcher, hey, how's it going? Welcome to the room. I see you. Welcome to the room. Treviso, is that how you say your name? Hopefully I didn't mess your name up. But welcome to the room. Thanks for joining me, okay? Again, if you are a Libra, put that Libra sign in the comment section. And if you, are a cross watcher, let me know where you are watching me from, okay? I'd love to know. All right, so we already got cards flying out for the Libras here. First card that came out was the Solitude card, okay? The Solitude card. Obviously, in this picture here, it shows a young lady reading a book, right? Kind of spending some time to herself, right? So that could symbolize, obviously, a lot of Libras out there who are either in a period of solitude and isolation right now, or you're needing that. That is something that you're, wanting or needing in your life right now. Hey, Marilyn, how are you? Welcome to the room. Thanks for joining in. But we're going to see how this plays out, okay? And of course, it is a full moon right now in Libra. So, full moons are a great time to kind of go within, right? And do some reflection and some releasing, okay, as well, all right? But again, we're going to see how this plays out for you guys, okay? Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, all right? Yeah. Yeah. Tidy up card came out as well. So a lot of you either need to tidy up, or you've been spending some time in solitude and doing some cleaning, some tidying up, right? That could go for your physical environment, but that could also go for other areas of your life as well. Mental, spiritual, all types of things, okay? Some of you may actually be doing some studying, right? Spending some time alone trying to figure out how to tidy up your life in some shape, fashion, or form, Libras. Okay. And of course, when we're talking about tidying up, right, and we talk about that Libra energy, Libra is associated with beauty, right? So of course, a Libra naturally would want their aesthetics, right? Their environment to be nice and neat and beautiful, right? So there may be some Libras out there spending some time beautifying their home environment as well, okay? Yeah. And again, let me know if this resonates with any of you out there who have that Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Libra placement. Yeah, for some of you, you know, there is a new opportunity coming your way after a lot of rejection, okay, for you Libras out there, okay? The Outer Strength card came out for you guys. So what that tells me is that, you know, a lot of you have, you know, been spending, again, a lot of time in solitude trying to just clean things up, tidy things up, okay, in your life, right? And it can even, like I said, be your finances. It can be your physical home. It could also, you know, just be your life in general, right? I think a lot of you have shown a lot of strength, though, through this process of cleanup, right? This process of releasing and cleaning up that a lot of you have been undergoing at the moment. But for some of you, there's going to be a new opportunity coming towards your way, you know, after a long period of rejection. Okay. And sometimes, you know, again, we've got to release things. We got to, you know, get rid of the clutter, whatever that clutter is, whether if it's physical clutter, mental clutter. Sometimes we got to go in and clean things up, right, in order for new opportunities to come into our lives, Libra. Okay. So for some of you, you know, you may have been spending a lot of time, like I said, in solitude, you know, preparing for this new opportunity, right? Maybe doing a lot of studying when it comes to whatever this new opportunity is that you're trying to go into, whether it's a career change you're wanting to go into, you know, you want to take a new direction, right? Some of you may have been studying towards that, okay? Especially if you're trying to get a new job. Some of you may have been trying to get a new job in a certain area, career field, and it requires you to go in isolation and do some studying up on that particular field or skill set. Okay, Libra? Yeah. Yeah. Again, let me know if this resonates for you. All right? And like I said, that tidying up can be variations of things. Actually tidying up your physical appearance, tidying up around the home, tidying up your resume, cleaning up your resume. Again, like I said, it can kind of go various ways, all right, with that. Let's see what else comes out for you guys. The Flow card came out for you guys as well. So some of you have kind of been in, you know, somewhat of a vacation mode, right? And that could be a literal vacation, right? Going on vacation. Some of you could be, you know, kind of in the process of wanting to go on a vacation. But nevertheless, you know, this Flow card also speaks to people who have kind of been in the flow of, you know, trying to, you know, study their craft, right? Polish up on their skills, right? You've kind of energetically been in that flow, right? Things have been kind of flowing for you and leading towards this new opportunity for you guys, okay? But I feel like for some of you, you've kind of energetically been on vacation. If you haven't physically been on vacation, you've mentally been on vacation. So it's time to tidy up, right? It's time to, you know, get things in order, okay? Yeah. It's time to get things in order and come out of that, you know, vacation mode that you've been in, all right? Time to get back to business, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And a vacation mode could also just be someone who's been isolated and been in solitude for too long. Time for you to come up out of that, okay? Yeah. Let's see. Again, let me know if this resonates with you. Yeah. Yeah, so for a lot of you, this inner child, right, card is coming out for you guys. So a lot of you, you know, needs to spend some time kind of touching back into your inner child. This can be where this Solitude card comes from, right? Some of you needing to do some shadow work. Okay. And part of that shadow work requires you to go into isolation, right? And heal some of those inner child wounds, right? That you might need to heal in order to move forward to your new opportunities. Okay. Again, it has everything to do with cleaning things up. All right. So some of you are needing to go back and revisit and do some shadow work with this inner child card. Okay. And right now, with us being in this full moon energy right now, this is the perfect time and the perfect opportunity to release any of those things from your past as it relates to your childhood, right? That is causing you to be stagnant, causing you not to be able to move forward in your life. Right now is the best time to release that, okay? And to do that shadow work right now under this Libra, full moon energy, okay? And then when we're talking about Libras, we're talking about the relationship between one person or another person. Again, it can also be the relationship within ourselves, okay? Between our adult self and our inner child, the child that still lives within us, okay? So some of you need to go back and you need to do that, all right? But also some of you have been in a childlike energy lately. That's kind of where that flow card comes from too as well, that I spoke about when I said that some of you need to get out of vacation mode. Some of you might need to get out of that playful mode that you've been in, and it might be time for you to kind of take things seriously when it comes to your goals and aspirations, right? And sometimes rejection can cause us to kind of get into a state where we're like, okay, well, I'm just going to take a break from it. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just going to enjoy life and, not take it seriously, whatever that is. Okay. So some of you need to get back on it. Okay. It's time to tidy things up and get back to it. Okay. Whatever that is. If it's a career that you've been wanting to focus on, school, whatever that is, it's time to get it together. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what else comes out for you guys. Yeah, because some of you are getting ready to come into a period where all eyes are going to be on you, Libra, okay? All eyes are going to be on you. And of course, this is the perfect card for a Libra type person, right? Because Libra is all about beauty, honey. And of course, if you're beautiful, right? Of course, all eyes are going to be on you, Libra. Why not? Why not? So a lot of you are getting ready to enter a period where all eyes are going to be on you. So hopefully you will have been preparing for that, Libra. Hopefully you have been doing all of your studying and preparations in solitude behind the scenes to prepare for what's coming, because a lot of you are about to be in the spotlight, okay? Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And I think this ties again to what I said about, the new opportunity that's on the horizon for you, Libra. Like I said, there's been a period of rejection, a period of stagnation, things not really going your way, right? But that new opportunity is coming now. So you're about to be in the spotlight. All eyes are about to be on you, Libra. So I hope you're ready. I hope you are prepared, child, because it's coming. If you're not already there, it's coming, all right? Especially as we get ready to come out of this, full moon and we start to transition into heading towards the new moon, right? This is where a lot of, the manifestations and things take place in between that full moon and that new moon, right? And that new moon is where that new beginning starts for us, okay? So a lot of you are getting ready to come into that period between now and the next new moon. Yeah. Yeah. And again, that's if you're not even already there, Libra. So let me know how this resonates with you. Yeah, that momentum card, right? Like I said, we're in the full moon right now, and we're, getting ready to go into that period where we're going to be heading towards a new moon, right? And when that new beginning is going to take place, right? And that new moon coming up for us. So a lot of you are going to see a lot of momentum happening. I just said there's going to be a new opportunity coming after a period of rejection and quiet and silence. Okay, for you, okay? The momentum is coming, all right? You're about to have all eyes on you, Libra, okay? Yeah. Thank you, Spirit, for validating that. Your manifestations is coming, Libra. Yeah, I think it's funny too, because if you look really closely at the license plate, it kind of says manifest. So like I just said, you know, everything you've been manifesting and wanting is heading towards you, Libra. I just hope that you have prepared yourself and did what was necessary to tidy things up, wrap things up, and prepare in solitude, okay? So that you are ready. What the saying goes, you know, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, okay? That's how that saying goes. Yeah. So hopefully you've been staying ready, Libra, so you don't have to get ready when your opportunity arrives. Okay? Whatever that may be. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the room. Lou McCain. Hi, how are you? Welcome to the room. Thanks for joining. Yeah. Beautiful, Libra. I'm happy for you. Yeah. Ooh, this indulgent card came out as well. So for me, when I see this indulgent card, this speaks to me in multiple ways. So indulging, obviously, you see it's candy, it's sweets, it's the pleasures, right? You know, I mentioned earlier, some people have been in solitude. Well, you know what happens when you're in solitude and you're reading. Hey, Jaden. Hi, welcome to the room. Thanks for joining me. I hope you are enjoying the reading, and definitely, I don't know what sign you are, but make sure you subscribe, okay? If you're not a Libra, so you can be notified when I do your sign, okay? But again, like I said, some of you have been in solitude, right? So whenever we're in solitude, what do we typically do? We snack. We snack and we eat on food. Thank you, Jaden. I appreciate it. We snack, we eat on food, we indulge a little bit too much, right? And so for some of you Libras, like I said, that tidy up card came up. So for some of you, you need to go ahead and tidy it up, okay? Maybe we need to tidy up our diet, okay? We might need to get back in the gym. Maybe some of you have fell off of your New Year's resolution, and it's time to tidy up. And get it together, okay? Put them snacks down. Put them cookies and cakes down and that ice cream down. Let's get it together, okay? Because, you know, your moment is coming. You're going to be shining. You're going to be, all eyes going to be on you. And, you know, if I know Libras the way that I know Libras, one thing about a Libra is they're going to want their body to be right. They're going to want the physical outside to be together. When I think of Libras, I think of, you know, Kim Kardashian, right? You know, she's a Libra. She's going to want to always look beautiful, right? So yeah, you know, put the snacks down, put the cookies down. Did a little bit too much. It's time to let it go. Okay. And again, you know, here we go. That inner child card came out, and what they doing? Eating ice cream. Like I said, a lot of you guys have been indulging too much, right? So maybe that inner child card has to do with some of you kind of going back to those sweets and those things that you enjoyed as a child. You've been eating a little bit too much of that, okay? Some of that could also have to do with some addictions. Maybe some of you need to work towards as it relates to indulging, okay? And this doesn't necessarily have to be sweets. It could just be a food addiction, okay? So some of you may need to do a little bit of work on that as well, okay? Yeah. Absolutely. Oh boy, let's see what else comes out for you guys. All right, so that fill your cup up card has came out, okay? So you know, a lot of you, when it comes to filling your cup, right? A lot of you have been needing that, right? Needing to fill your cup, right? Or feeling like your cup is not full enough, right? So, you know, a lot of times when people feel like their cup is not full and they need to pour into themselves, a lot of times they'll go into solitude, okay? They'll go into solitude, take some time for themselves, pour into themselves so that they can fill their cup, okay? Some of you are looking for someone to fill your cup, if you will, okay? And this takes me back to the indulgence card. Like I said, when I look at this indulgent card, I don't think of it as just food, right? I think of it as the pleasures, right? The pleasures that we enjoy, right? The sweet candy, eye candy sometimes, right? So I think a lot of you have been on the search, right? You see this lady, she's kind of in the vast ocean, right? Looking for fish. What the saying goes, there's plenty of fish in the ocean, right? I think some of you have been out in the vast ocean looking for someone to fill your cup. if you know what I mean. Okay. Yeah, let me know if this resonates for you. And I think that also falls under that manifestation, right? For some of you who have been manifesting someone to come fill your cup up. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that if you want your cup filled. And then for some of you also, this takes me back to this card. Again, we're talking about multiple timelines. So when I'm doing a general reading, right, it's up to you as the Libra to tell me where you fall in this timeline, okay? So for some of you, that filling of the cup may mean that you need to go on a vacation, or you have been on a vacation, or you are planning to vacation, right? Because you need to take some time off and fill up your cup, okay? Yeah. Maybe some of you are going to be going on like a resort or a cruise where there's going to be a lot of food and you're going to be doing a lot of indulging. Whatever the case may be, I mean, enjoy your time while you're there. But Libras, you know how you guys are. You know, make sure when you come back off your vacation and you're indulged in all the cruise food that you get it together and tidy up, okay? And get back on your good eating habits and things like that for those of you who, you know, pay close attention to your diet, okay? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, this is always nice when this oracle card comes out. That shows me, one, that a lot of you were led to this reading for whatever reason. If you've been looking at videos about Libras, right, and trying to understand what's coming towards you, what's coming up for you, I always take this as validation from spirit, okay? So if you're the Libra and you've been, you know, looking at Libra videos and you've been trying to, you know, get whatever sign that you need, take this as your sign and validation, okay? All right. Yeah. And some of you, I mean, if you're seeking services, you know, for a more one-on-one type of approach, I will be offering services here privately. And so stay on the lookout for that. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting here in the next couple of days how you can contact me for a private reading. Okay? So maybe that was your sign. All right, let's see what else we got for you, Libras. Beautiful reading, though, so far. I mean, you know, I can't complain. I wouldn't complain, right? Got a lot of opportunity coming towards your way, Libra. Yeah, so like I said before, some of you, you know, I said that tidy up card could physically mean some of you need to do some cleaning up, right, in your home, beautifying your home in a very Libra type way, maybe even doing some remodeling, some, you know, construction work. I feel like some of you Libras are in a period right now where you might actually be doing some remodeling in your home and some, you know, some type of beautifying and reconstruction in your home if you're not actually having a home built, okay, Libra? And that could also be where that solitude part has come from, right? Just taking that quiet time to do the research and study up on what it is you want to do to beautify your home, okay? Or, you know, researching construction companies or, you know, that sort of deal, okay? So I think a lot of you are actually in the process right now or coming up soon, or if you haven't already, doing some remodeling in your home, beautifying, upgrading of your home, okay? Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like that's also where that momentum card comes from, because I think some of you, you know, you've been spending so much time researching, right? Now it's time to actually have some momentum going on, you know, doing whatever that project is you want to do to beautify your home, that construction project or remodeling a living room, bathroom, kitchen, whatever it is you want to do, okay? It's time to go ahead and move forward, all right? Yeah. 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 All right. Okay. For some of you, and let me know where you fall in this timeline, Libra, okay? Because you know, this is a full moon period, okay, right now, right? And full moons are all about releasing and letting go, okay? I feel like for some of you Libras, there is a period of grief that you might be going through right now. I know right now, with this being a full moon in Libra, there are a lot of people that are ending relationships right now, okay? They're ending relationships. They're you know, deciding that maybe this is not working out, okay? Some of you Libras may be going through that, okay? With us being under Libra and full moon and talking about relationship and releasing, I'm not surprised if there are some Libras out there, if you're not the Libra or the cross watcher, but somebody is going through a period of grief, okay? And it may not necessarily be a romantic relationship. It can just be grief in general, okay? Again, we're talking about Libras. Libras deals with relationships with other people. That can be grief from losing a parent, grief from losing a sibling, grief from losing a pet, grief from losing a child, right? There could be any form of grief when it comes to the relationship between you and someone else under this full moon energy, okay? So if you are someone who is going through a form of grief right now, you know, I just want to send my condolences from my heart to yours, you and your family, okay? Because that's a hard thing to deal with. Also, some of you could be dealing with grief when it comes to the loss of a job, okay? There may have been, you know, that rejection card, that this outer strength card that came out earlier, right? It shows rejection, but it also shows new opportunity. So for some of you who are going through that rejection period, or have came through, or just recently gone through a rejection period when it comes to work, maybe you lost a job, got, you know, released or let go, or just got fired, whatever the case may be, you know, you have a new opportunity coming towards you, Libra, okay? You have displayed a lot of outer strength lately, okay? And again, you know, I send a lot of, you know, love to you, Libra, because it's hard to deal with any type of grief, and especially if it's a grief of an actual person, okay? But shit, you know, grief of a job is hard too, especially if you got bills you gotta pay. I mean, just be honest. We live in this is the economy. I mean, it's hard right now. It's hard out here, okay? So anybody, you know, losing a job and going through that type of grief is a struggle as well, okay? Yeah, but you're strong, Libra. You got this, okay? All right? Yeah. Let's see. We're going to get ready to move over to the Oracle deck, and we're going to see what the Oracle deck has to say for you guys. Let's go over to this Oracle deck before we wrap things up here, okay? And again, let me know where you fall in the timeline, okay? Yeah. All right, let's see here. Yeah. Like I said, you know, the universe is coming and speaking to you guys. I think a lot of you really needed this message today, especially for those of you who are dealing with grief. I think, you know, a lot of you needed to hear, you know, and have that validation of what you're going through right now, and to just be reminded that you have, you know, that outer strength. You know, you have thick skin. So even though it may feel like a lot, it may feel really heavy right now, just know that the universe has your back, okay? The universe has your back, all right? Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see. We might pull like 2 more cards for you guys before we wrap this up here. Ooh, okay, yeah, so ooh, maybe we might have to stay a little bit longer. Okay, so this temptation card came out for you guys. Like I said earlier, some of you have been out in the ocean fishing for seas, you know, fishing for other fishes, right? Looking for somebody to fill your cup. You've been dealing with a lot of temptation out there, Libras. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of temptation. I also think for some of you, and this is what I'm picking up energetically also. For some of you, that temptation, when I talked earlier about someone experiencing grief from like some form of grief, right? A lot of times when we go through grief, right, it causes us to kind of go back into some areas of our life, temptation wise, that we may not necessarily need to be tapping into. That can be like relying on alcohol, you know, maybe drinking a lot more or dabbling into things, right, to kind of mask the grief. So I think for some of you who have been dealing with some type of grief, you have been tempted to dabble into some vices, right, to maybe help you deal with that grief. Okay, some of you have been dabbling into some vices to deal with some form of grief. Okay, this is where spirit comes in again to remind you that it's time to clean house. It's time to tidy up those habits. Okay, whether it's smoking too much weed, drinking too much alcohol, dabbling in too much pleasure, indulging in the temptations of life, whatever that is, whatever you're doing to try to mask the grief, Libra, it's time to get it together. It's time to clean it up, Libra. Okay? I know when we're dealing with grief, it can be really hard. And I'm not knocking or putting someone down who, you know, is going through that, because it's hard. It's hard. Grief is hard. I experienced grief, you know, with my father, and it was very tough. It was difficult. It was like a piece of my heart was literally ripped out of my body, right? And some people can't handle that. They don't know how to process that emotion properly, right? So if you are a Libra that has fell back into some temptations, it may not necessarily be the best for you. It's time to get it together, okay? Whatever that is, whether it's a food addiction, you've been eating too much, sweets, like I said, everything that I just mentioned, okay? It's time for you to clean it up. Clean house, your internal house, okay? Yeah. See what else comes out for you guys. Yeah. Give yourself patience. Now, Libra, I don't know if it's you or if it's the cross watcher. So, but whoever it is, you know, there's been a lot of patience here. Okay, when it comes to what some Libra may be dealing with or going through right now. Someone has, you know, has distinguished a lot of patience, okay? Libra, you can let me know if it's you or if it's someone else. A lot of patience when it comes to trying to decide on how y'all gonna remodel this home, you and that other person. Maybe, you know, y'all been kind of going back and forth. Y'all can't come to an agreement. Somebody's been, you know, showing a lot of patience. Somebody's been showing a lot of patience when it comes to someone who's dealing with grief, right? The loss of something. Someone has been showing a lot of patience, okay? And Spirit just wants to validate that for you, Libra, okay? And just continue to have patience. Just continue to have patience, okay? You know, because whatever seed you've planted, Libra, whether it's you, Libra, who have planted the seed in someone else, or someone else has planted the seed in you, give yourself grace and patience as you work through this, okay? Whatever that is, whether it's, you know, like I said, grief, or, you know, you guys are trying to do some remodeling in the home and you're working through that. Whatever that is, okay? Just continue to have patience and know that the seed that you're planted is going to come to fruition, okay? That momentum card demonstrated that for you, okay? All right? Beautiful. Beautiful. I think that is a good way to end this reading with that patience card, because I think we all need that reminder of maintaining that patience, right? When we're going through things in life, especially right now with that full moon energy and everyone releasing. You know, people are more emotional right now, okay, when we're under that full moon energy. So you may have people that are a little bit more snappy, a little bit more irritated, you know, a little bit more of a crybaby, right, emotionally, right, because, you know, whatever we've been dealing with up until this point, it's all coming up now, right, for us to deal with. So just have patience, Libra. Give yourself grace if it's you or your partner, okay? If it's the other person or whoever it is, if it's not a partner and it's just a loved one, whoever the other person is, right, that you're, the relationship that you're dealing with, okay, whether it's a partner, a loved one, a family member, wherever that is, have patience, okay, Libra, all right, and continue to have balance, all right, as long as you have balance, right, because Libra is represented by the scales, right? So as long as you have that balance, Libra, you'll be able to maintain that patience, okay? Yeah. So whatever you got to do, all right? So I'm going to end it here. I think this was a beautiful reading. Again, let me know if any of this resonated with you. Again, everybody's on a different timeline. Everybody's on a different path. We're not all walking the same road, okay? So it's up to you, Libras, to let me know where this resonated for you in this reading, okay? And again, if you like this, you know, reading, if you enjoyed, you know, my energy, you connected with me in any way, make sure to like this video, share this video with a, you know, a Libra out there in the world, and make sure to subscribe, okay? So that way you can keep up on what's going on, all right? And join me on my other social media platforms. I just hit 500 over at the Clock app. So I'm excited about that. And I'm excited about growing here as well on YouTube. So again, thank you for being here and thank you for watching. And until we meet again, I love you for watching. Bye now.